Hello everyone, this is Pranay. Today we will be seeing our Unix experiment number 7. This experiment is based on system calls. Okay, so when a user or a user application wants to communicate with the system's kernel or a operating system kernel, it has to communicate through system calls. So system call is the way a user will communicate it through the kernel. Okay, and there are many kinds of system calls, but today we'll be seeing some system calls related to files. Okay, so let's see. There's one simple program to demonstrate this concept. uh, okay, so in this program, it's a C program. In this program we'll try to create a file. If it's we'll try to create a file. If it is there, then we'll try to change it. Okay, if it's not there, then a new file will be created using that create system call. Then we'll try to open the file, we'll write something into the file, we'll read the contents what is there in the file, and we'll close the file. And this is how we will I'll demonstrate the concept of system calls, which are related to files. Okay, so this is a program. These are the header files that will be required for this program. Okay, in the main function I have declared some variables. Okay, there will be a buffer in which I'll be writing some values. Okay, the options for this program are create, open, write, read, and close. And I'll take the value, enter the choice, and based on choice these case functions will be called. Okay, so the first one is the create one. I'll try to create a test file .txt, okay, with all the permissions, read, write permissions, and execute also. This create function will return a integer value known as file descriptor. This file descriptor will be used in writing the data as well as reading the data. Okay, so we'll see one by one. Now, to write in a file, you need to open that file. To open that file, use the open system call with the permissions. Okay, so the first argument is the path, comma, or the file name with the path as well as the permissions. This will also return a file descriptor, and this will and you will be able to see the file descriptor. I'm printing the values. Okay, now I'll try to write some data. So inside the buffer I'll write the data. Okay, so for this I'll be using the write system call. So in the write system call, the arguments that I'll be using, or the parameters are, I'll pass the file descriptor, the buffer array, which is a character array, okay, and the length of that buffer, and this will return the bytes, number of bytes written. Okay, and that I'll print the number of bytes. Okay, and I also used LC just to see from which position it is there. Like it works based on the offset. LC, it's like location seeking. Okay, so I'll pass the file descriptor, the byte offset, and all that. In the fourth one, after writing it, I want to read that. To read that, there's a system called read. I'll pass the file descriptor, also the buffer, and the size of the buffer. Okay, and it will also return the bytes and print that buffer. Okay, now after all is done, I need to close the file. So for closing the file, I'll use a close system call, close with that particular file's FD. Okay, this must be clear. Let me demonstrate the program. Okay, so compile this program. After compiling, just run the program. Now let me create the file. So enter choice number 1. The file is created with the file descriptor 3, and this file descriptor will be used. Okay, now I'll open the file. So when I open the file, a new file descriptor came. This file descriptor will be used for writing. Okay, so this will be passed. Okay, so I'll now write something. Let's say right? I'll enter some data. Let's say Pranay I've entered, and bytes written is 6 bytes. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so 6 bytes are written. Yeah. Now this data has been written into the file. The file name was testfile.txt. Okay. Now I'll read the data. So what is there in that file? I'll read that. So read. The file descriptor will be used there. Okay. The same file descriptor 4 will be used in reading also. So it's there. What is there? Pranay. So as you can see, it is there. Now I have to close this file. So let me close. I'll enter the option number 5, and the file is closed with file descriptor 4. So the file descriptor that was used for this also closing the file was 4. So I hope you have understood the concept of the system calls and why it is used. It is basically used to communicate for communication with the kernel, through which a user can communicate to the kernel. And we saw some basic file handling system calls. I hope you learned something from this. I hope to see you again. Bye bye. Have a nice day.